Okay, so today we are going to talk about web hosting and web design and how to fully build a website from the ground up, from start to finish. Okay, so now let me explain a few things to you about what a website is and what web hosting is, so you will understand the concepts thoroughly and you will not just dive into it without a thorough and full understanding of what this is, right? So we can build websites with a couple of tools, a lot of tools actually. But let me talk to you about a CMS system. So today we're going to be talking about a CMS system that we can use to build websites. CMS means content management system. Now there are lots of them. There's Joomla, there's WordPress, there's Magento, there's a whole lot of them, right? But today we're going to be looking at WordPress, building websites with WordPress. Okay. Now, in Nigeria, there are a ton of web hosting companies. Now, web hosting companies are places where you buy your hosting services, and then you also buy domain names from them. Now, domain names are things like abc.com, xyz.com, and all whatnot. So if you look at facebook.com, that's a domain name. If you look at x.com, that's a domain name. If you look at this one we're looking at now, shows.com.ng, that's a domain name. We're looking at Google's on our screen, googles.com, that's a domain name. So those are just basically domain names. Now, when you buy a domain name, you need to host the websites that you will build on that domain name on a web server. So basically, we are going to be hosting it on a web server, and what we are basically doing is that we are hosting it on a hosting service. So it's like buying a house and not buying a land you put it on, right? So if you're going to buy a domain name, you're going to have to buy a place where you can stay on. So what is staying on that place are the contents that you have put up under the domain name to propagate the website, right? So there are a handful of web hosting companies in Nigeria. We have Choose, we have choose.com, as you can see here. You have webgoogles.com, we have similarweb.com, but then you have qservers.ng. We have a lot of them. Go 55. Okay, now go 55. We have Domain King, right? We have goodfirms.co. We have hostafrica.ng. We also have afishost.com. There are a most of them. There are lots and lots and lots of them, right? So you can't just seem to exhaust the list. So what you will do as someone who is trying to build a website is first go to this hosting company. So let's say we're going to choose.com.ng, for instance. Go to choose.com.ng, and then you will see that there are a handful of opportunities to buy a domain name and to buy a host. So I'll just click on that, right? So here's truehost.com.ng is one of the hosting companies, several hosting companies, right? So when you get here, right, what you need to do is very simple. You just look at their hosting plans. They have a couple of hosting plans, right? And then if you click on this, you can see domain names, you can see hosting plans, web hosting, Windows hosting, and all whatnot. If you click here, this drop down, you can see domain search and all that, right? So you see, they have quite a number of packages. So we go here and look at cPanel hosting for it. Right? Now, each web hosting company has its own peculiarities and how they make their websites look, right? So, but you can see that this is just one of several hosting companies, right? Now, look at this company. It has silver hosting company, that's what it calls it. This one has true silver hosting and then true blue hosting. Right? So they basically call them different names. So you can see different hostings. Now we are starting small, yeah. So we're going to start with the small ones, not the huge ones, right? So if I select this one, select it, just to buy a hosting package, yeah, I'm going to have to buy a domain name alongside as well. Okay, so I'm not going to just buy the hosting package, I'm going to buy a domain name alongside as well. So I could buy a domain name and it could be something like this. .com or .com.ng or .c or .ac or .academy or .accountants or .accountants or .actor or .agency. You see there are several ones I could buy here. So what these ones are called is domain name extensions. We call them domain name extensions. Domain names extensions, right? So the domain name extension that is most common is .com. But as you can see, there are several of them here, right? There are several of them here. So you could go to with .com.ng, right? Let's say you want to go with .com.ng. So you click on check, right? And it's going to check it out if it's available. I purposely did something of this sort because I understand that people are unlikely to buy this kind of domain name, but I just did this for this purpose. Okay, so it's 2,100 for the .com.ng. .com would have been 15,000, and then .ng would have been 7,500. .africa would have been 9,000. .net would have been 30,986 naira. The shop would have been 60,170. So they have different prices. You ask me why. So I click on continue, right? And as you can see, this is it. I'm buying this as a 1 month plan, right? Now I can buy a 3 month plan. I can decide to buy a 6 month plan. And if you want, peace of mind, absolute peace of mind, you might just want to buy a 12 months plan. Okay. Now, 12 months plan, that's 15,000 naira. Now, the reason they didn't calculate the 2,100 naira is because most times when you're buying a 1 year plan, you get that 2,100 naira for a .com.ng domain name for free. That's what TrueHost does. Some other companies do that as well, but I don't know how many of them do it, but I know these guys do. So, yeah, that's it. 1,250 naira per month, okay, equals 15,000 naira per year at the rate of 12 months. That's what you're basically paying. So, we continue. I haven't seen that whatever we have chosen is fine. I don't want to choose these ones, right? Adding SSL. I don't want to choose this one, right? Ready made pro websites. I'm trying to build one myself. So I just click on continue. Okay. I click on continue. And as you can see, they are still trying to sell us a couple of things, trying to ask us to add this, add this, add this. ID protection is basically protects your name so that people won't know you're the one for this domain name. Okay, but let's move on. We click on continue, and then at a certain stage, it's going to ask you to put in your details. So your details will be your name, your email address, your phone number, every other thing about you, basically put it so that you can make the purchase and buy. Okay, so if you click on checkout and then you make your purchase, you basically make your purchase here, right? So please understand that this particular hosting has the chance for you to have two domain names, two extra domain names. So you click on checkout, follow the prompts, and you'll be able to make your purchase. It's pretty simple from this point onwards to make your purchase. So when you've made your purchase, they will send you an email. So we're going to look into the email that would be sent, right? I hope you understand what I just said now. Now you've got to this stage. Before you get to this stage, right, while I'm clicking, they would ask you to put your details at some stage. Those details are very simple. Like I said, your name, your email address, your phone number, and your residential address. You basically put those things, and then you click on continue. You go on here, you click on checkout, and then you'll be asked to make some payments. Let's click on checkout so we can see it here. So you'll be asked to make some payments. Okay. So you can see it. Yeah, so you need to make some payments right here, right? Yeah, so you make some payments. Okay. Now, most times it's at this stage that you put your details. I have my details here with these guys already. Now, if it's at this stage, most times that you make your payments, put in your details, and then make your payments and all that, right? So you click on complete folder. This is where you put your name, your email address, your phone number, and all that. But I have that already. That's why it's not asking me to put those here. But here you just click on this and then click on complete folder. And once you complete all that, that means you bought yourself a domain name and an email address. Sorry, a domain name and a hosting package, right? So on paid is when it has me to pay via filter with, right? It's when it has me to pay via filter with. I don't necessarily have to use my card here. I could do bank transfer. I could do bank transfer and then I make a transfer. Okay. I make a transfer. I could also use bank. That means walk into the bank. You don't want to do that. I could also use USSD. That makes sense. I could use Google Pay. I could also use a card. But this seems to be the easiest. Just use bank transfer. And then you go to your app, copy this account number, go to your app, transfer to this account. Once you make a transfer to this account, you come back here. As long as the transfer has gone through and you confirm that your payment has been debited from your account, the next thing you'd have to do is come back here and click on I have made this bank transfer. So come back here after you made your payments and click on I have made this bank transfer. Please understand that they would give you like an hour to sort this out, right? But this shouldn't take you longer than 5-10 minutes to sort out. Okay. So this is probably an hour, but it shouldn't take you longer than 5-10 minutes to sort out. Send your payments, and then once you see that your account has been debited and the money has gone to the exact amount, no smaller, not slower, right? Once it's gone through, you just click on I have made the bank transfer. And once you click on that, an email will be sent to confirming that you have made the bank transfer and your cPanel details and those details will be sent. So that's the next phase. And we're going to go into our emails and I'll look up one of the emails they sent to me so that we can go on with the process of building, which is the real deal. Okay, so before I go into the cPanel information they have sent, right? So you can see the invoice. This is the invoice, customer invoice. Can you see this invoice? Yeah, that's what the customer invoice looks like. So basically telling me this is what you owe us, pay it and get access to these guys. Right? Get access to True Host, Silver Hosting, get access to domain registration. That's what they're basically telling, right? Also telling us, right, that okay, so guys, look at it. Oh, this is what you're getting. You're getting this. Your payment is 0 naira for this. So this is supposed to be 2,200 naira, but to be recurring later on 2,200 naira. You're getting for because you are buying this hosting plan, and the hosting plan is 15,000 naira. You're recurring on 15,000. So basically, what am I paying? 10,000, as you have seen in the earlier, as we have seen in the earlier invoice, right? So this is the order number. So they're basically just summarizing order for the year. So this is what you get. Once you pay, then you will get, once you make your payment, then you get access to your cPanel. So I'm going to show you the kind of cPanel you'll be getting access to once you make your payments. And once I show you that kind of cPanel, you will be logging into it, and I'll be showing you how to build a website on that particular cPanel, right? Are we cool with that? Great. Okay, so you're going to get an email that looks something like this, okay? This email is the cPanel access. So you're going to get this, right? Yeah. So you see, this is the login to the cPanel, right? This is login to the cPanel, username, URL, username, password, right? That's the login to the cPanel. So you get FTP access, but that's basically for FileZilla files. You don't need that as of yet. You get the SMTP access as well. You don't need that as of yet, right? You also get these links as well. And you can see all this for the cPanel and the webmail as well. Webmail basically for hosting email services on your hosting or web hosting account. So we're going to get into that as well. So you're getting these links, all of these are the things you're getting in your welcome email to get started with your website. All right. So we're going to go log into the cPanel for a bit. Now, in a bit now, we're going to log into cPanel and we're going to get started building the website. How that makes sense? So this is what this email you're getting. So this is the email you're going to use to log into your cPanel. And I've shown you the username and the password and the URL that you should be using to log into your cPanel. So let's log into the cPanel right away. So for the domain name, remember now, I told you just before we got to this page that we were going to log into the cPanel, right? We're going to log into the cPanel. So now we're fully logged into the cPanel and we are right here now in the cPanel. Now, I also told you that the hosting that I will be using is a hosting that's currently available. Yes, a hosting that's currently available, that's what I'll be using, right? And I'm using the hosting that's currently available. I've bought a hosting package, right? That one I was doing it, that was this just to show you how it's done. So I basically did buy a hosting package before now, right? And that hosting package is what I'll be using for this part of the tutorial for you, okay? So this is the cPanel, right? And now we're on the cPanel, we're going to look through those things. And you see that these things are quite much, yeah? So they look like jargon to many, but they're not. Right now, you don't necessarily have to use all of these things to build websites or to work around websites. Matter of fact, I don't use all of them. I don't even use up to 10% of them. Yeah. So rest assured that this isn't all you have to touch to be able to have a good standard, well-built WordPress website. So we're going to scroll down and I'm going to show you what we need. Yeah, but we need this WordPress manager by Substack. That's what we need to install WordPress. But before we do that, we could also use this one as well, right? Now, but before we do that, let me show you what we need to do first. We need to add a domain. Okay, so we could just scroll down and look for add-on domain, or I could just do this and click on add-on, search add-on rather. When I search add-on, I'll see this, right? And I can click on it. So basically, it will load up that page for me. And once it does load up the page for me, I'm going to add an add-on domain. So I'm going to click on create a new domain. Yeah. So I'm going to click on create a new domain to add a new domain here. So I've pasted this in here. Now this is the domain I'm going to use, not the other one we played with earlier, right? I'm going to use this one and I'm going to click on submit. Okay, so it would be the search domain. Realize that when we checked this, it was okay, we haven't checked that, but let me get to it. Okay, so it's going to load. It's going to take a while. It's going to load, and we'll wait for it to finish loading. Now it's done, and you can see it here. So we have three domains here. Like I told you earlier on, there are three domains in that silver hosting. The silver hosting has the capacity for three domains. That's the capacity for three domains. Canvas here is the main domain. Then this is the second domain, and this is the third domain. So this is the main domain. It's also called the primary domain. So it's primary domain that is the primary domain name for the hosting account. And these both are add-on domains. These are two add-on domains. This is a build website is already live. This one is already live as well. So we're going to build this one out fresh, right? Okay, so let's get to it. I'm going to go back to the cPanel. Can you see cPanel here? I'm going to click on it and go back to the cPanel. Okay, so when I go back to the cPanel, I'm going to come here and scroll down to WordPress by Substack+, WordPress Manager by Substack+. I'm going to click on it. Yeah, I'm going to click on it. And once I click on it, I'm going to you see these ones here, they are basically asking me to log in here, and I'm going to click on install. Okay, I'm going to click on install to install a new domain with WordPress, right? So these ones are installed WordPress before. So I'm going to install this one here with WordPress. I'm going to pin up this WP, right? So that it can be installed directly on Wisdom Professional Services.com. That's where it's going to be installed. So I'm going to click here and type Wisdom, right? Wisdom Professional Services. Okay, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put Wisdom Professional Services here as well, right? Going to put that here as well. And then username, I'm going to put the username that I want. Okay, so let's put this, right? That's the username I'm going to put it. And then the password I'm going to use now is a password that has to be complex. So I'm going to use the password that's pretty complex, right? Okay, so I'm going to use the password that's pretty complex. The idea is to ensure that this password is not something anyone can guess, right? It has to be very secure. So this is the password I'll be using. Okay, so I'm going to copy it somewhere in my notepad. Copy it so that I won't lose it for any reason. Okay, so this is me installing WordPress on this domain name, which is Wisdom Professional Services.com. Installing WordPress, right? So because I'm installing WordPress, that WordPress installation detail has to be sent to an email address, right? So I'm going to put an email address here that they can send it to. So we put an email address and they can send it to. So you can send it to this email address. Yeah. So this is the email address you can send it to. So I'm going to have it installed, right? This is an email address you can send it to. So I'm going to put it here, right? That's an admin email, but they can send it down here. So get that correct. It does an admin email. This admin email, the administration of the website. For the website backend, it needs to be administered. For the administration to take effect, I need to put an email address here, so that email address will be the email address administering the functionality of the website. So when there are issues on the website and there are things I need to adjust, the email will be sent here, right? But the installation details will be sent here at your email installation details to this email address, right? So that's it. Everything looks good, right? The admin username is there, the website name is there, the set description is there, the password is there as well. So I've copied it out. I've copied it out and put it in a notepad so that I won't even have any issues with it. I won't say I forgot it. Right? So that's it. I'm going to click on install. And then it's going to install in a bit. It's going to take a moment. It's going to load up and then it's going to install. Right? It's going to install. Okay, so once it's done installing, this is what you get, right? So you see it's wiscomprofessionalservices.com slash WP-admin. Wisdomprofessionalservices.com slash WP-admin. That's what you get. So what we'll do next is to click on this and then it will log us into the backend. Okay, it will log us into the backend. Let me copy the password. It's going to log us into the backend, and you can see we're already logged in, right? We're already logged in. Now, just in case you're not logged in, I'm just going to show you what you would do if you're not logged in, right? Let me open that now. That's up. In case you're not logged in, this is what you would do. So I'm going to open this in another tab, right? Right. Um, wisdomprofessionalservices.com slash WP-admin. I'm going to put another tab. And then in this other tab, I'm going to log out. Just log out, right? I'm showing my picture there because my email address seems to have my picture as the profile picture. So I'm going to come here and click on the username and type this. That's username we did earlier. And then I'm going to put the password we did earlier on. I will click on remember me and I click on login. Okay. So it's going to log me in. So just so you know, and I save it. So that means I'm completely logged in. Now, this is the backend of the site. Now, this is where we will start building the website. Okay, so this is where we'll start building the website. Right up. Okay, awesome. So let's get it started. So I'm going to click on um a few things here and show you what these things really do. Okay, so this is posts, all posts, right? So this is where you put your blog post and all that. So if you click on all posts, that's where the blog post will go, right? So your blog on your website, yes, yes. And you can basically add new post. You can go to categories and add a few things inside the categories. You can put and add a few things inside the tags, right? What this basically means is pretty simple. You are using your categories to categorize every post you make. That's every blog post you make. And then you are tagging every blog post you make. And this is media. This is where all the pictures appear. All the pictures you are going to be using for your website, whether they are pictures like images, I mean, and videos, this is where they basically appear. So if you're uploading videos to your site, this is where they appear. If you're uploading images to your site, this is where they appear. Now, if you're uploading videos to your site, the videos has to be very tiny videos, like not many videos that are not that large in size, right? Very tiny videos, because if you upload large videos, it will make your website slow. So pages, right? Pages, yeah. So this is where you add pages to your site. You add pages to your site, several pages to your site. And this is where you see the comments on your blog post. Okay, that's comments. And then appearance. Now, appearance is the place where things start. Now, for you to build a WordPress website, you need to have a template. A template is like a theme. And these templates are the stuff you will use to build your website. So if you don't have a template, right, you have no foundation to build your site on. It's like building a house. You need to have a foundation. It's the foundation of the house that you put things in, the rooms, the kitchen, and all whatnot. So if if you don't have a team or a template, you cannot build a website. It is a CMS website, right? Like WordPress. You can't build a WordPress website. Now, it is that template, which is a theme, which has been pre-built, that you basically drag and drop things into. It's pretty simple. It's that simple. Now, there are quite a number of templates here on WordPress that come for free. You can use some of them, right? But but there's also something we call plugins, right? Oh, before I go to the plugins, let me also explain that you can basically add, a template here. But now, another thing with these templates is that they are free ones. They are uh, paid ones. The free ones are not really up to scratch, but the paid ones are the ones you buy, and they are always top notch, right? They're always top notch. Sometimes you buy one and use it several times. You can buy one and use it once. So I'll go to Team Forest. Team Forest. It's a place where you can buy a lot of real estate teams, e-commerce teams, whatever kind of sites you are building, you have teams for them. So if I go to teamforest.com, that's where I would buy these templates. They are a handful of them. There are plenty, a lot of them. So I'm going these templates. I'm going to show you these templates. A huge dose of them actually. I'm going to show you all of them. So you have templates here, WordPress templates. Okay. So I'm going to look it up. As you can see, there are a lot of things here. Okay. Can you see? Right? So yes, there are a lot of things here. So if you go to let me look up a few more for you. Right, I'll look up a few more for you before we move on. So these are some word. So you see, we're here, right? So you look at it here. This is WordPress. So if you click on this, you'll see that it's going to load up. But before it does, you can see this is blog theme. A template you can use for news websites like blog websites. This is WordPress. This is a corporate website. This is creative. This is a listings website. This is e-commerce website. This is education website. This is Elementor. You know, Elementor is a WordPress plugin, and that Elementor is a page builder. So there are some templates that are built on that premise. And this is for entertainment, right? This is mobile friendly. This is for non-profit organizations and all that. So let's look at one. Let's take a look at, say, e-commerce, for instance, right? You can see the templates, right? These are $29, $53, $39, and all whatnot. There's always $59 there. So if you buy one of them, you probably use it for a long time. Yeah. Now, some of these templates also expire after a while. You won't be able to use them again. So you might just as well want to buy one and make sure you use it for a worthy project, right? A worthy project. Okay. So basically, that's how it works. And there's plugins, right? There's plugins. So these plugins are things that enable your website to perform some functionalities that it normally should not be able to perform, right? So for instance, now there are templates that don't come with certain functionalities. Maybe it doesn't come with a contact form functionality. Now, a plugin called Contact Form 7 can actually enable that to happen. Now, there are a handful of things that plugins do. For instance, some plugins are actually used for websites, e-commerce websites. For instance, there's a plugin called WooCommerce. That plugin called WooCommerce helps to put in an e-commerce functionality on your site, right? And there's a whole lot of them. There's also a plugin called Slider. It basically helps you do the sliders. Now, many templates come with sliders, right? Many templates come with their own sliders. But I'm just trying to explain to you that plugins are functionalities that are enabled onto your website that normally they wouldn't have been there. Okay. Now, many themes also come with a lot of plugins as well. So yes, that's exactly what that means. Then there's users, basically admins. If it's an e-commerce website, you probably see now them the admin here. If an e-commerce website, you probably have a whole lot more than just an admin. You have users who are basically just buyers, right? So you have a whole lot more than just the admin, right? So there are also several other tools you can use to make your website functionality better. And there's settings. Basically, the settings is just that you are setting up certain things on your website in terms of the general overview of the website, in terms of the tagline in the website, in terms of the home page on the website and the blog page on the website, of the links on your website and all whatnot. So that's that. And I'm also going to explain all of these things for you as we get into building the website. So I just wanted you to know this before we move forward. Thank you.
Okay, so you remember, all we've talked about thus far, right? So we're going to move on and upload a theme. Like I told you and explained to you briefly, that the theme is basically the foundation for the WordPress website because it's a CMS site, content management system. So you need to upload content so that you can manage those contents very well via a system of a template. So the system you are going to be using to manage the contents is a theme or something you probably want to call a template. And because that template is a system with which you're going to manage the website, you are simply supposed to upload that template so that you can use it to build the website, so that you can build on it and put things into it, basically drag and drop. So let's go on. I'm going to go to appearance, right, to upload the template. Now, there are several ways to upload the template. This is one of them. Sometimes this may not work if your internet is slow, right? But if your internet is fast, you just work with it better. But if it doesn't work while the internet is slow, I'm also going to show you another method you can use to upload it, right? Right now, I don't know what's happening. My internet is not very fast, but let's see if it will upload if my internet works, right? Sometimes you have your modem and it messes up. So yes, it's a CPU. So let's go on. So I click on that, I click on upload thing, and I'm going to click on choose file, right? So if it uploads, we're going to wait for a few minutes and see if it uploads, right? If it doesn't, that means my internet is slow and I'm going to upload it. So upload your thing, you basically have to download your thing from where you bought it. And like I said, you can buy a thing from Team Forest. And Team Forest is not the only place. You can buy it from several other places, right? But let's just use this one I've bought from Team Forest. I uploaded, double click on it, and then click on install now. So it's going to install in a few minutes. Now, if it doesn't, I'm going to show you the other way we can install that's pretty fast. So let's hold for it to install for a few minutes. So it didn't upload due to my slow internet, and that's pretty fine. You can experience this when your internet is slow. But in case your internet is not slow, I just wanted to remind you again, just so that you are not confused. You go to appearance, right? You go to themes, right? And then you click on upload theme or add a new theme, right? You could just basically go to appearance themes, then you click on this plus sign. So once you click on this plus sign, you'll see an opportunity to add a new theme. You click on upload theme, right? And then you choose your file, and then you come and install now. So that's basically how to upload it. But sometimes it so happens that your internet may be slow and it will not upload, and that's totally fine. Sometimes your host may also be present. It's totally fine. So you log into your cPanel like I showed you earlier. Log into your cPanel. I'm in my cPanel right now. So I'm going to go and look for file manager, right? Now this is not hard, okay? Look for file manager, save it at the top corner, and then you click on it. So once you click on it, it's going to open the file manager to you. It's going to open the file manager to you. Now, remember that the website we are working on is this site. You remember, right? So click the file, right? Can you see it? It's like a file. It's a file. So I have to click on it and it opens up. Okay, it opens up. So once it opens up, right, I'm going to go into WP content, right there. I'm going to WP content. Then I go into themes, right? Open themes up. Go into themes, open cells. Now you see, right? So these are the themes that came with normal WordPress installation. Like I said, if you're not doing anything serious, you could just have used any of them. But rather, we're doing something serious, so we're not going to use any of them. So we're going to click on upload. And then once you click on upload, you are going to find the theme on your computer and upload it. So you click on select file, and then you pick the theme on your computer, and then this is the theme, right? Right? This is the theme. It's called houses. It's the one I purchased. So it's going to upload, and you see it's moving from 0% to 10% and 13% and 15% and all that. So I would wait for it to finish uploading, and once it's done, we'll go back here, right? So it's fully uploaded. You can now see 100% is fully uploaded. So what do? We come back here, right? And then what I can do basically is just reload this page, right? So I click on reload, and you see this is it, right? So it's not looking like this, not looking like this, not looking like this, not looking like this first three. It's looking like this. So what do I do to make it look like that? I need to, it's a zip file. It's a zip file. That means there are so many things compressed in it. So what I need to do is click on it, then I right click. And once I right click, I'm going to extract, right? It's a zip file. Sometimes things are compressed in it. So I need to extract those things out. So I click on extract, and then I click on extract files. It's telling me, are you uploading inside this direction, inside this place? WP content / themes. I remember that's where we went. So I will set I'm extracting yes into that place. So I click on extract files. So it's going to extract those files out for me. And then you can see it has extracted all of them out for me. So I'm clicking on close, right? So what I need to do is click on reload again, and you can see here, this is the thing, right? So that's the thing. So I'm going to go back onto my dashboard yet again, right? Now, this place, I'm going to click on appearance again, just as though I'm reloading. And you can see the houses thing here. So I'm going to activate it. So it's uploaded now. I'm going to activate it. And once I've activated it, a few things have changed in here, right? A few things have changed here. So I need to verify that the theme is working correctly. Now, when it's going to work correctly, I'm going to verify the theme. I'm basically verifying that I purchased this thing. I'm verifying that, guys, I bought this theme. It's mine. I purchased it. This is a code. Verify for me so I can start using it. That's what I'm basically saying. So I'm clicking on this, and I'm going to verify it now. Right? I'm going to verify it. So yeah, this is it. I'm going to come up here, right? Pick the purchase code. right? Item purchase code. I'm going to copy it, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to put it in here, right? And then I'm going to verify it. So it's going to verify the theme for me that yes, so you purchase this theme or you can use it. So yes, thanks for verifying houses purchase. Now, I didn't mention earlier, we are trying to build a real estate website here. There are 701 websites. It can be real estate website, e-commerce website, business website, and all whatnot. But I'm going to build a e-commerce website here. So now we verify the purchase of the same. We're going to begin installing plugins. I told you about plugins earlier on, and I told you what plugins are and what their functionalities are, right? So this website cannot function well without these plugins, right? So I need to install all of them. So I click on begin installing plugins so that I can use those plugins for functionalities of the site. So now if I'm clicking install one by one. If I'm too fast for you, please reduce the speed or pause and rewind. Okay. Now, because if I'm too slow, it will be sleeping. Yeah. So I click on this, right? And then it has highlighted all of them. Once I highlighted all of them, what do? I click on this and I click on install. So I click apply. So what happens is that it will install everything. Now, once it has installed all the thing, we are done with the first phase of the plugin installation. Now, the next thing would be that I would activate the themes I have installed. You know, when we installed the rather activates the plugins I have installed. You know, when we installed earlier the theme, the template, the houses theme, we installed it, we came back here so that it is uninstalled. We click on activate so that we can use it, right? So what we're going to do with these plugins is that we will wait for all of them to install. And once they are all done installing, the next thing we will do is that we will activate them. So we'll have to wait for them to install. Just a moment to wait for them to be installed. So you see them, they are still installing successfully. 1 of 11 installed, 2 of 11 installed, 3 of 11 installed, 4 of 11 installed, 5 of 11 installed, 6 of 11 installed, 7 of 11 installed. So you see as they are installing, 8 of 11 installed, 9 of 11 installed. So we have just 2 more to install. So those 2 more are also going to install. So I needed to use to see the process, right? 10 of 11 installed, and then 1 more is going to install, right? And then we can then go ahead and activate them, right? So let that one install and then we'll go ahead and activate them. Is it making sense to you thus far? Right? Is it making sense to you thus far? If you have any questions as you are watching, just write the question down and then put it in the comments so we can provide answers for you, right? We can provide answers for you. So send 11 of 11 is done installing, right? So we're just going to wait for it a bit. So you see they are all installed, right? So what you see here, return to required plugins installer. So I'm going to click on that to return to the required plugin installer so I can activate all of them. So you see this is activate. So what do we do again? We click on this, right? And then we click on this to activate them all. And then click on activate so I can now click on apply. So once you click on apply, you'll be able to activate all of them, right? So makes sense. We've activated all of them. So they are all good now. Now, the next thing is that we are going to build this website, okay? Now, to build this website, we need to be sure that we are building on a beautiful, in a beautiful format, right? So click on houses so that we can install a demo. And that demo is the template with which we will build our website, okay? So, yes, we click on this to install a demo. But before we install the demo, let's do this. Let's go back there. All right. So let's go back here. So we can install a demo. Great. So everything is fine now. I've like refreshed and I can see everything going on fine, right? So click on real estate, right? Can you see real estate? Can you see all the things here, right? Can you see just over on it, over on posts, right? You can see all the things there. Over on houses, you can see the demo we're trying to import here, right? So that's it. Okay, over on pages, you can see them. Over on testimonials, you can see fieldness. Over on comments, you can see MLS on the fly. You can see that when you over on it. You can see Elementor, you over on it. You can see a few things. You can see appearance, right? When you hover on it. So you see that there's more, right? There's more in all of those things here. So you see them. Okay, great. So you see slider revelation, so you can see them. So there are a lot more here than we had before. Why are they more? Because we just installed the thing. So it has created a foundation that's proper. And on this proper foundation, we can build a whole lot of things, right? So we go to houses, right? And then we click on demo import. Okay, so once you click on demo import, it's going to load a few pages for you, and you can pick a demo from one of those pages. So you see this here, it's loaded a few things for us, so we can pick one we're going to use. Okay, now let it load a little bit more so that we can pick a template and we would use it. Now, before we pick the template, we are going to also look through it and look through it together, and then we choose it. Okay. Okay, so these are the templates. So let's just see all of them. You can see the demos here. You can see a whole lot of them, right? Quite a number of them here. Plenty of them actually. So you're going to choose one that fits the idea of what you want to build, right? So for the purpose of this, we would go with one of this. And that one would be, let's look it up. Okay, that one would be this. Okay, so let's review it and see what it looks like. Okay, click on it and then click on open a new tab, and let's preview it so we see what it looks like. So we can have a similitude, some sort of what our website will look like when we are done building. Okay, so this houses is the logo that came with the template, and you can see the few pages that came with it. You can see the UK phone number, you can see services about us and all what needs. So basically, you can see all those things here that came with it. You can see them, right? You can see them. So we're going to choose this one and use it for the purpose of this tutorial, so we can see exactly what it looks like building a real estate website. Okay, so you see all the demos there. Now, another thing is that you can basically look at the documentation of the site, right, of the thing, right, to be able to see how you go through with this. But let's do this. Let's go with this one. There are simpler ones we could choose, but let's do this one. Let's do this. It's not exactly hard, really. So you import the demo. Click on import demo. Okay. So it's going to import this thing for us, right? It's going to import this demo for us, right? And then click on continue and import. Okay, so it's going to import all the contents. So we can basically just edit the content as it were, right? We edit the content as it were. So yes, that's what we're simply going to do. All right, now today. So let's wait for it to finish loading up. So some of these things will take a while to load up, and that's totally fine, right? Okay, so you see, imports complete. Congratulations, the demo was imported successfully. You can begin editing your sites now. So you see everything that we said, that's basically what it is. So we're going to visit the site, okay? Now we're going to, let me go to team settings and click it and open it in another tab. And then I'm going to visit this site, okay? So that I can see what's there. I'm going to visit the site as well, okay? Now it's open up and you'll see exactly what's there. So, while it's opening up, I'll just explain a few things here. So these pages that could have come here and created page, add new page, is already created here for us by default. But you can always add new page if you want to, right? Now, Elementor is plugin with which you're going to be editing the site, most of the times, right? In this case, yes, it is. Now, appearance, if I explained that earlier on, plugin, we explained that earlier on. If I explained, sorry about that, all the ones down here earlier on. Testimonials, basically, you're basically adding new testimonials to your website. And then we've explained all this. See, real estate, we're going to be able to add a few things here. Okay. And then dashboard, yes, that's basically the dashboard you encounter when you log in. So houses, basically the same is houses, and these are a few things in here. Okay, so we're going to explain all those ones during the theme options, right? When we look at the theme options. Okay, but for now, let's look at before we go back here, which is the site which we are going to edit. Before we go on and edit the site, and before we go on and customize a few things, let's go ahead and look at let's go ahead and look at a few things here first. Okay, so let's look at real estate. Now, properties, right? The properties we are supposed to upload. Now, because this template came by default with a few properties, you find properties here, right? And you can see the symbol is in dollar. So we're going to change that. Now, new property. This is how you upload a new property, right? We're going to explain that in a bit when we get there. Type. But let's look at the type. Okay, let's look at the type. Type. Now look at it. Now these ones are basically the ones that you find in homes abroad. But because that's not what we're doing, we're going to delete this. Remember, these are the ones that came with the templates we just installed, demo we just installed. So I'm going to delete these ones, and we're going to go on and say, and we had our own, say apartments, right? We're going to add that apartments, these are the type we want to want. We're going to add duplex, right? These are the kind we have here. We're going to add land, right? Okay, we are going to add bungalow, right? We are going to add one more. We're going to add series, right? Series. We're going to add that. Okay, so having added that, we're good. We're going to move on to the next thing, and then under side, we've added that. Well, under status, we're going to add another. Okay, now under status, we're going to add a few other things. Okay, so for this, you have something here called for sale, right? You can see what we have here. We are under status. So we're going to add for sale. You can see status here. So you're going to have for sale. We're going to have for rent, right? And then we can also put sold. Okay. So those are the three that we have under status. And then you come here, go to features, right? Now, what are the features that buildings or houses would have, right? I can just basically retain maybe fitted kitchen, but fitted kitchen is very easy, so I can delete and then apply, right? So whatever features you want to add, you can basically add those later on. But if you want to add some, you can add it here. I'm not going to add any features. So if you want to add fitted kitchen, for instance, put the fitted kitchen, right? So I can press enter. Oh, that's not kitchen well spells, right? Can now come here and do quick edit, and then I put C and I put C, right? And that's it. Update category. That's it. So quick edit. That's it. So I can come here and then click on labels, right? And then I can click on, I can type new, press enter, and it's going to come here, right? And then I can go on to another, right? To another, because that's basically what I want to add there. I can still also do code, right? I can do the press enter. That's the label. I can do pause, right? That's the label. So I've added some things to the labels. And then country, I can click on country, and then the country of choice here would be Nigeria. So I click on Nigeria, yeah. So click on Nigeria and add it. That makes sense, right? And then next, I'll go to state. Now, the properties could be in Lagos. I can click on add. It could be in Ibadan. I can click on add. It could be in Port Harcourt. I can click on enter, and it could also be in Abuja, right? I can click on enter. So that does it for that. Then I go on and move to area, right? Area. So I won't have many areas here. I'll just add the OG, right? The OG, and then I'll add Lekki. Then I will add which other one? My Sama, right? And then I will add Yagon to something like that. Yeah, that's in Ibadan. Okay, so enter, clicking and that and clicking enter. So that basically just does it for that. Now, others will come to others later. Now, theme options. So let's go to theme options. And then I click on general on the theme options, right? So these are a few things you want to add here. Okay, you want to add a few things here. Okay, so here, general, you look at it, all those things. See the ones you want to change, right? For me, I leave this like this. Then there are a few things you would obviously change, right? But some of them, you leave them the way they are. Leave these ones like this. Logo and icon, I can click on upload, and then I click on select files. Then I click on, I'm looking for a logo, and then I click on documents. I'm looking for where the logo is. So I think I have this logo here. Just for demo purposes, I'm going to upload that. Okay. So I click on that, and you see it there. So then I click on select, and then I've uploaded it. So I'm going to do the same for the rest of the others. So upload. So instead of going to upload files again, no need. It's already there. So I just go to media files and pick it, and I click on select, and that's it. It comes in, and then upload again. You know, I keep uploading for different versions of the site, the same logo. I keep uploading the same logo for different versions of the site. Then this, I click on upload again. I put it here. So now teams differ. Please understand that teams differ. Some teams don't have this kind of structure. But if you're able to upload or operate one team, one WordPress team, you'll be able to operate the rest of the others. So if you are confused at any point, you can look up the team documentation or look up the team website. But I tell you, me for one, I've been doing this for 105 years, and I can count the number of times I've look at the documentation, the same documentation, I can count it. I don't think I've ever looked at the documentation up to 3 times. Even the times I look at the documentations, I didn't quite pick much. I just looked at it. I just forgot them and continued. So you can upload. Now, I've uploaded those like that. The standard height is 624, 127. I can change this, right? I can change this. I can set to change this to 130. I can set to change this to 30. I can change this to 32. I can change this to 136. Different for, there's one for mobile, there's one for standard, right? So favicon, I'll upload the favicon. You see this thing here, where you see this Instagram code, that's a favicon. You don't put the size, we're saying the Google, that's a favicon. So I click on this. So that means when people are on their what my website is on their tab, I did not open it, they'll be saying this as here, right? So that's the favicon, right? So Apple also has its own too. So upload it friendly for your format on iPhone as it were. Then do this for this as well. So, like I told you, different templates have their different formats. It's just like a house, right? Different houses are built different ways, but an engineer that built one house can build another house too, and build them different ways, right? Why? Because he has experience building houses, right? The same way to templates are different, right? Teams are different. Not all teams will look like this. They are always different. There are over 1,000,001 teams in the world. They are all different. But the moment you can operate one standard team very, very well, you have the high chance of proposing the rest also very, very well. What you need in anything is just the basics and the foundation, and that's what we are doing, right? So that's it for the team. Then the headers too. You can see the headers. So this is the format that is currently on, right? For the headers. So yes, this is a phone number here. So you're going to add your 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no number like this, but let's just assume there's a number like this. 8, 9, 9, 0, right? Let's assume there's a number like this. So I'm going to look on save changes. I've saved that, right? And then the sub bar, right? You want the contact info, yeah. So I just put it 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. That's it. Then you can put a few things if you want to add them, right? So currency switcher. Before we go there, click on save, right? Now, leave those currency switchers, not exactly what we need. Leave this one. I basically just click login and register. I can click on that, and then I can see if there's anything I want to do here. Basically none, right? So price and currency. Now you see this is dollars. I'm going to change it to naira, right? I'm going to change it to naira. So I'm going to come here and look for the naira symbol of the naira. So I'm going to click on it, press enter, and then it's going to open up. And I'm going to look for the symbol of the naira so that I can put it up here. So that's the symbol of the naira. So okay, and then I'm coming back, and then I'm putting it in, right? So it's going to read before the price. It's totally fine. And then all these things, you can always read all these things off, right? So yeah, the styling. Now, this is in terms of primary color. Let's say I want to make the primary color of this size black, right? Now, there's something called X code, right? So if I come here and I write green X code, right? Green X code. So if I put green X code, you can see the code here. right? That's a code with if I will choose a color I want. So this is X code. So I can choose it here, right? Can you see this? That, right? I press enter, it's going to save it, right? So if I don't want the green X code, I want the black X code. Black X code is just #000, then 3 places, that's it. Right? If you can do 6 places, it's also fine. But 3 places, you have to click enter for it to go to. Do 6 places, then to click enter. So let's do now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? I didn't use to click enter when I did 6 places. So basically, that's how that works. So you can always change those color navigations for every part of the site you want to change the color for. Right? So these are basically some of the things that will be showing when you your property, right? So let's go on. Let's go on. A few things you want to show, a few things you want to add. You can always edit them there. Okay. Now, add new property. Now, some of these things here, you can. Oh, by the time you get start building website, that's how you get start learning and learning a few things. Okay. So add new property. You can see them here, right? Okay, so we have quite a handful of things here as well that you can always touch, but let's just touch one more. That's listing options. Okay, so listing options, you touch that, and you see these things here, right? You can always edit them. Another compare button is there, favorite button is there, preview button is there, address is there, agent's name, you can remove that, property links, you can remove that, the description is there, and all those things are there, so you can always save them. Let's look at one more thing after saving this one, maybe one or two more things, blog, right? So you can see the lizard box, auto box. If you want to remove auto box, post it. If you want to remove that, post auto. If you want to remove that, it depends on you. So you click on save changes, right? So you can always edit these things and come back and go back and come forth. So like I said, all these templates differ, but the moment you can all work with one, you'll be able to work with the rest of the others. It's just about tweaking the buildings. So this is the footer, and this is where social media handles action. So you can always pick your social media handle and put it here, right? It could be should be something like this. PS, 2 T's, right? PS, then put Facebook. Then slash whatever it is. Okay. Now, I can, if you don't have a social media handle for X, you remove it. If you don't have similar for Google, you remove it. Plus, if you don't have similar for the handle for LinkedIn, you remove it. If you don't have similar for Instagram, you remove it. The ones you don't have social media handles for, you remove them, right? So the ones you have social media handles for, you will same them. You have social media for WhatsApp, you put it. The WhatsApp social media handle should be something like this. All right, HTTPS, right? wa.m/234, then your phone number 123456789. That's your phone number. So you put it there. That's the way you get it, and that will lead people to your URL. So whatever you don't have the same media for, you could remove it. So now this you could just put the name of your website. Then right, something you want to put there, anything you put there. So your logo, you can send it and remove it if you want. This is the footer, yeah. So once all these are done, what do? You click on save changes. So that basically does save all the changes you've made. Okay. Now about the properties, we said we're going to get back to the properties later. So I'm going to go to properties now, right? So that we don't miss it out. So real estate, right? You can see properties now. So I'm going to go to properties. I wanted to click on new property, but I want to show you something here, properties first. So click on properties. So you see all these properties here. They are not supposed to be here. Why? Because they came as default with the demo. So I click on here, and then I click on here, and I click on move to trash, and I click on apply. So it will automatically move all of them to the trash. So once it's moved all of them to the trash, then I can add my new property. So how do I add a new property? Click on new property, right? Click on new property. Now I'm going to add a few properties here. So click on new property. I've not built the but now sometimes this template will show here, right? And then this is not what I'm used to. It's not what I'm used to. I don't like this format. So you see this format here. I'm going to go back and then I will add a plugin that will change the format on which this will appear. That plugin is able to make us change the format on which this page will appear. But not only that, it will also help us to build easily. So that plugin is called Disable Printer Box. So I'm going to click on plugins and I click on add new plugin. So once I click on add new plugin, I'm going to look for disable new Gutenberg. So disable, right? Disable Gutenberg, right? Disable Gutenberg. So I'm going to install disable Gutenberg, right? I'm going to install disable Gutenberg and then activate it. After installing, you need to activate. If you want to use the thing, if you don't want to use the thing, you can just install it and leave it there until you are ready to use it. But if you want to use the thing, you activate it. So I've clicked on activate, right? So it's been activated. So I'm going to click on over on real estate again, over on this, and click on new property. So once I click on new property, now this is what's going to happen. It's going to open up. Okay. So once it opens up, you can see the format is different from the one we saw earlier on. Right? It's the format now. This is pretty much easier, right? So I have some properties I want to upload for this tutorial. So I click on this just to pick the property. So this is 5-bedroom duplex, blah blah blah. So it's for rent. So I decided to choose one for rent first, and then upload it. So this is it. I'm going to put it, paste it here, right? Can you see where I'm pasting it? Now, the title of the property is a 5-bedroom duplex for rent in the category. So I'm going to click on this 5-bedroom property for rent in the category, right? So that makes sense. And then I'm going to scroll down and then put the price. Now, the price that you put in that comma is 15 million. 1, 2, 3, 15 million, right? Now, this is a rent, right? A rent property. This is a rent property, right? That's why that looks my vocabulary there. This is a rent property. So put it yearly or put per year or per annum, whichever one you want to put that here, right? Now, if you have all the sizes and all whatnot, you can always put them here. Bathroom size, number, and all those things, you can always put them here. If you don't have, it's totally fine. Now, put here, right? You can hide this, and then you put the address. But if you want to show, let's see if it will pop up. Sometimes pop up, sometimes they don't pop up. So, you can see, right? So, you can see, right? You see it here. So, it's going to pop up. So, show, it's popping it up. So it's going to pop it up. See now, property settings. Do you want to feature? Yes. Address. You can see the right. Yes. So media. Now this is where we had pictures, right? So I click on add media, and I click on upload media, upload files, and I click on select files, right? And then here you're basically going to add the property for rent. So this is just one. I'm going to add it. Yeah. I'm going to add it as one, upload it, okay? So this is property for rent. I'm just going to add one, basically, just one for this. And then click on select, okay? And then basically, I'm going to click on contact information. Now, contact information here, right? I didn't do this earlier, so I'm going to do it now. Agent info. Now, you need to have an agent, okay? Now, let's say the agent is John, okay? I can't find John here because I didn't upload it. So what do I do here? Before I move on, I'm going to click on, I'm going to look for agents, right? So I'm going to click on this real estate. Can you see it? Yes, again. And then agents, right? So let me open that in another tab so I can quickly do that. So I click on John, right? No agents here. So I click on add new. I'm clicking on add new and I'm putting John, right? John. I'm putting John, right? And then I fill the details about John here, and then few details about John here, right? I can always put details there, categories. You can always add the city of John. So let's say John is in Lagos, right? And then John has specialties. I can put in John has services. I can add them here. John has a WhatsApp number. I can put it here 234 123 456 7890. Maybe that's his WhatsApp number. So people can always use it, reach out to him via there, right? So all the other things about John, I can put them there, Facebook URL, LinkedIn URL, and all that. Then I put his image here, set featured image. So I'm going to pick a picture from my computer if I have one. If I don't, let me just put this here, right? That's John, okay? So I click on publish. So that's an agent for this particular property. I need to find out this property. That's John. He's the one selling this property. So now, you know, I didn't do John earlier, so we have to refresh. But rather than refresh and lose everything I've done, I'll just click on publish so that I can publish. But you know what? Let's go ahead and finish this up. Apartments,
right? This is not an apartment, this is a duplex, right? It's a duplex, and it's bought for rent. It has featured kitchen. It has featured kitchen. If it has, what are the other things it has? Let's say it has a state secure estate. So I can add new feature. I put estate security, right? I click on enter. So it will add that. So I can keep adding new features like that. This is hot, okay? In Nigeria, it's in Lagos. Now, is Ikate is not even in the area, right? So it's not in the city as well. So I can put Ikate. Now, I click on enter, right? Right? And then inside Ikate, what's inside Ikate? Elegushi is inside Ikate, right? I think Elegushi is inside Ikate. I can put Elegushi, right? So I click on enter, right? And that's it. So the featured image for the property will play there. Just I click on set featured image, and I click on this, and then I click on set featured image again, and that basically does it. Please understand that you can build any website with any appropriate team. So there are teams for e-commerce, there are teams for business website, there are teams for property website, there are teams for different kinds of websites, CMS teams, WordPress CMS teams for WordPress websites of different kinds. So what you need to do when you are building this website is to basically use the WordPress theme or templates appropriate for the kind of websites you are building for that website. That's all, right? So, and then once you are able to edit one thing, you go to edit several times of things too. Just remember what you did with one thing. So, publish. And like I said, teams differ. So some teams you may need to go through documentation. Some teams you may just need to sit with them for a while longer and be able to get everything. So I click on publish, and that publishing site is fine. But I need to add or edit some few things. One of the things I wanted to edit earlier on was the contact information, right, for the property. So I click on contact information, and then I click on agent info, right? Not auto info, not do not display, not agency info, but agent info. And then I come here, and then I click on, I search John. Can you see John for a minute? So that's it. So I put John, right? And that's it. So I can update. You know, earlier on we saw publish. Now we're seeing updates. So click on updates. So once you've updated, everything will update very well, right? And that does it for that. So what do we do again? Let's add another one, new property. So I'm going to click on new property again. This is the 5-bedroom duplex for sale, right? So for sale. So I'm clicking on that 5-bedroom duplex for sale. For sale, right? So that's what that is. So I'm going to click on this, right? That's it. For 17 million features and suits, family lounge, and all those things. You may have them if you want to. 470 470 So that's it. No per year and all because it's for sale. So where did you say the property is? It's in Chevron, right? So I'm going to look at so and I'm going to click on Chevron. If I find it in the map, okay, it's there, but it's not in Nigeria. So let me do Chevron. Let me spell this well. Chevron. Okay, so it's still not in Nigeria. So what I would like to do is I will add Lekki. Let's see if it gives us out. So it gives it, right? And then I can basically put this one, right? And then property settings, yes, I can put Chevron. Lekki for the street address, right? Media, I can basically come here, add media, and then upload media, and then select files, and then I can click on this and click on control. Click on this, click on control, click on this, click on control. And those are four. So I'm going to upload them, right? I haven't uploaded them. The next thing I will do, having uploaded them, is to wait for them to all upload and be uploaded in. So once they have uploaded, I click on select. Okay, so and then I click on contact information again, and I look at agent info, and then I'm looking for John. So I just now your own agent could be another name, right? Obviously, right? But that's it. So I can come here and then put the duplex, go to for sale, go to cut the duplex, and then features. I can see suite rooms. So let me put suite rooms here and suite rooms, right? So I put that there. I put new. It's new. If it's not any of this, I may not need to add a label. Not necessary. Lagos, Nigeria. Put Lagos. and then put Lekki, right? And then area is inside city, so put chevron here, right? Chevron, right? I click on it and I add. So, and I need to add my featured image, okay? I click on set featured image, and then I look for image as appropriate as the featured image. This seems appropriate, right? So I put that, and then once I feel it's done, everything is fine. The next thing I'll do is publish. So that publishes the property. So I've added two now, but we're going to add two more just so you can be conversant with this one. So you can have four properties to play with, right? So new property again, you can click on here for new property or click on add new property at the top here. Either of the two works, right? So I click on add new property at the top there. And then what's the next property we are adding? Newly built. Okay, so this is new, right? 4 bedroom semi-detached houses. So we didn't do semi-detached, so we're going to put 4 bedroom semi-detached. That's what we're going to do here. And then we're going to click on this, right? I've added the description. And how much is it again? 270, right? So I'm going to put 270,000,000. Without the commas. And then the address is Maryland, right? Okay, so I'm going to come here, map, right? And then so I'm going to see Maryland. Plus. So yeah, Maryland. So that's it. And then I'm going to click on property. I'm going to click on Maryland. That's the street address. I'm going to put Maryland because the reason we're not putting the main street address, obviously because you don't want to go there behind you. So put on yes, and then put on media, and then put here add new. So I'm going to click on upload files, and then click on select files, and then I'm going to click on this, right? And control this, control this, and control. So those are the three I'm going to upload for this, right? So uploading them now, and they're going to load up, okay? Now, having loaded them up, I'm going to click on select. Okay, now, I need to put a video here, right? So let's say I want to have a video, okay? Let's see. Okay, so I click on this is the video that I want to put. So I'll copy the URL. I'll copy the URL of the video. I've already created it, right? So I can come here and copy the URL. So, what's it? Okay, so here it is. So video URL from YouTube, from Vimeo, from SP file, or some MOV file. So YouTube, I picked my own from YouTube. So I click on it and copied it and pasted it here. Then I come here, the contact info, come to agent info, and then look for, so not to John, sorry. I look for John, right? Yeah, John. So I click on it, and then that's it. So what are we doing here? It's a semi-detached. So I click on add new. I type semi-detached, right? And then I click on enter. So once I click on enter, it enters, and I click on for sale, okay? And then I click on features. If there are no features, no problems, right? Obviously, all the features. This is me. They said it's new, so I'm going to click on new. I can click on us and do at the same time if I want. Nigeria, right? Lagos, right? Where is it again? Maryland, right? Now, if you put the city and you don't want to put the area, it's also fine, right? But let's add the featured image. So set featured image, I click on it. And then no need to go and upload it again. It's already here, right? So I can't find the one I will use for the main image. So let's just pick this for the purpose of this class. Now, whatever you're going to be using for this featured image here is the main image. So the image has to be picture of the house, like the house, a view of the house from outside, right? Not from inside. Okay, so that's that. And then that's totally fine. So I'm just click on publish. So let's just upload one more, right? Let's upload one more. So one more, click on new property here now. I won't use here now, I'll use here. So new property, right? I click on new property, and then it's going to load up just like it always does. And then I'm going to come here and paste in those things I picked, put, right? And then I'm going to come here and put on land for sale, right? At Olubunmi Gardens, right? So yes, I put that there, and then how much is it? Okay, yeah. So I'll start with 1.2. So I'm going to put 1200000. So that's it. And then map. Where's the list located? Um, Ekpe. Okay, so Ekpe. I'm going to look for Ekpe here. So Ekpe, Lagos, Nigeria. So yeah, that's it. And then property settings, yes, Ekpe, right? And then media, I'm going to select and upload some files here. So I'm going to upload files and then select files, and then I'm going to upload pictures of the land, right? The land, the land. So I'm going to upload it. Okay. So that's it. Uploading the pictures right there. Pictures of the land. I'm uploading them up, 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 up. They're coming. So 5 of them. I'm going to wait for all of them to load up, and then done. They've all loaded up. Now they've loaded up. So click on select, right? And then nothing again, just contact info, agent info, and then I put here John. So I'm looking for John. That's it. That's them. So it's land, right? It's for sale. Yeah. It's all the new whatever. Okay. Nigeria, Lagos, and then I put where, right? Yeah, that's it. So I haven't put that. The next thing would be I want to upload the featured image. So I set featured image. I don't need to go upload them from my computer again. They're already here. So I click on select, and that's the featured image uploading here. So yes, it's uploaded, and I'm going to click on publish. So it's going to publish, and I'm going to see it publish. Now, those things are done, right? Now, what you need to do, I can visit the site. I can visit the site. So yes, and then we're going to visit the site and see what the site looks like. So we're going to refresh here, right? We're going to refresh here, and you can see the numbers changed. Now the contact us, news, portfolios, solutions, services, about home. Those are the things we have left to do, right? You can see the logo here. It's not appearing very well, but that if you design the proper logo, it will appear well. So you see the other pages are what we're going to look at next, right? We're going to look at the upper pages next, other pages next, and we're going to edit them to make them look just like we want. So I haven't done those other homework. The rest of the things would be useful. So next we're going to look at this and see, what next to do. Okay, so this is the page I talked about earlier, right? And so we'll take a look at it and we can scroll through. So I basically talked about editing the home page and all that. But before we go to edit the home page, now look at this. You have home, about, service, solutions, another it is all solutions, portfolio, new, contact us, and that all that, right? And those are the pages, right? Now, how do you rather create these pages if you were going to create them from scratch? You go to pages, over on it, and click on add new page, right? Once you click on add new page, it will load up a new page that you can add. So let's say I want to add a page that says talk to us, right? Talk to us. And then inside it, I could put some contents and all that, but let's just publish it for instance. Let's publish the page, okay? So if I refresh, you would see that let me refresh and then show you what I mean. Okay, so it's done, it's published, and you can see that publishing is here to update, right? Now let me come back here and let me refresh, right? If I refresh, what's going to happen is that you would see this page load up and you still not see talk to us here, right? Now, how do I add talk to us here, right? I will show you how to do that simply. So we come to appearance and come to menus, okay? So you can see how to add it, right? And how to add the pages, okay? So you're going to load up menus, and then it's going to show you the pages that are currently available. So on here, you can see pages here, right? This is a menu called company menu. Can you see it's company menu? So if I click here and I go to another menu, this one is started main menu this time. I go to main menu and then I select it. I click on select, okay? That's the menu I want to look at for edit. You can see it now. It has home, about, services, solutions. So other solutions, we have all solutions. These ones are no longer available because I've deleted them. That's why I share it. We have portfolio, news, and contact us. So that's exactly what you also have here. Can you see, right? That's exactly what you also have here. Okay, so what do we do? First, these ones are unavailable. I can decide to remove them. I can decide to remove them. Yeah, I decide to remove them. So I'm going to remove all the ones that are not available anymore, and the ones that I don't want, I'm going to remove all of them. Okay, so I'm removing them, and I can also remove them by doing box select. I do box select, right? And then I come here, select this. I don't want it anymore. 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 So I've selected those four, and that's good. So I can remove selected items. Click on remove selected items. That's it. It's been removed. And then you have just these 5 pages left, right? I'm going to even remove this one, right? Because I don't want it there. So I'm going to, rather, let me rename it. I can rename it, right? I rename it here as properties. Okay? I name it here as properties. And I'm going to click here, home, about, properties, news, contact us. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to save menu. Okay? Once I save menu, and then I come back here and I refresh, what we will have here will be the ones I just saved. So let's refresh and you can see it. Home, about, properties, news, contact us. So you can see that's what's there, just what we saved at that menu. So basically that's how to create pages that would be at the top. Okay, so let me also do something. You know, we named services to properties at the menu, right? So we want to create it at the pages too as well, so that everything we're seeing, though we are seeing properties at the top here, but if you click it, it still goes to a services URL. Just let me show you what I mean, right? It still goes to a services URL. The URL is still services. So you see the URL here, you see services. Services, www.com/services, right? And that's not what we want. So I want it to show properties and show things that should be under properties as well, right? So this page is still loading. Internet is still slow, like I told you. So we are going to come back to pages, go to all pages, and then once we are under all pages, you go to that particular services, right? I want to rename it and rename the URL too. So I click on quick edit, and then I come to properties, okay? And then I name properties. So it will be /properties, okay? So let me copy this so you can see what's going on there. So I update it. Once I update it, you'll see what's going on here, right? I needed to show you that. So I press enter so that it can reload. And you see, it's no longer available. The page service is no longer available. The page called service is no longer available. But if I paste this in properties, it's going to load up the properties page, okay? And that properties page, once it loads up, you'll see, okay, it's the same thing you have on the services page, just as we remember. So I'm going to basically edit each page so that you can see it, right? It's the same thing on the services page. Yeah, can you see? It's exactly the same thing, but I just renamed it. Okay, so even if I click on this, it will still show us the exact same thing. So I want to edit these pages: one home page, about page, property page, news page, and contact us page. So I'm going to do that right about now. So what I will do first is I will click on home and open a new tab. Click on about us, and open a new tab. Click on properties and open a new tab. Click on contact us and open a new tab. And also click on news and open a new tab. Okay, so I've opened all of them in news. I'm going to edit all 5 pages, right? And then we'll also edit everything on the page. So you saw the footer we did earlier back there. You see the footer, that's it, right? This WhatsApp number does not exist. This takes us directly to facebook.com, right? Because we didn't put a social media handle of any company, right? So, yeah, so let's go on. So that's what we're doing. This is where we'll be using to check every page we've done. This page will be checking every page we've done here. So let's go to the home page, okay? So this is the home page, right? Can you see? For the home page, there's no slash after the .com, right? That's the home page. That's the website. You want to visit the website, this is the first page you see. So we want to edit this. So what do? We go to edit with Elementor, because Elementor, remember, like I said, is the plugin we are using to edit the website now. So we're going to edit the home page with Elementor. So just so we don't waste time, or rather, let's do them one after the other. We do them one after the other, right? We finish with the home page. Then we'll move on to the next page. Then we'll move on to the next page and move on to the next page. That's how we do it. So it's going to take a while. Yeah, it's going to take a while to load most times, but eventually when it does load, right, you'll see it's loaded. Okay. So let's edit this quickly, right? So this is the first page here, right? This is the first page. I put the cursor here, and then I put the cursor here. So this shows, and then you can click on this. Can you see what I clicked on? I'm going to basically use that to edit it. Okay, so if I move on to style, right, and you can see the images there. So I can basically click on this just to edit the images. So I can decide to remove some or basically remove everything and add to gallery. Sorry, please. So once I click on add to gallery, I can see pictures to add to gallery. So for the sake of this, I just add two, right? Two to gallery, right? So insert gallery. So basically, it's going to load up the two, and you see them, right? You can always adjust. So this is fade. That is the transition that is happening. I can do slide right, slide left on all that, right? And in here, with building for houses for over 100 years, I could just say we've been building for 50 years, right? So I can edit that however I want. Here I can put, I can just put the in some. So I'm going to use this going forward so that I don't bore you with so much. And then I can do here, request brochure. Let me use this. I'm going to use this here. So request brochure, right? And then I can put here URL. You see the URL is URL of the form. So I'm going to put in URL of the URL of the demo, right? So I'm going to put in URL that is supposed to be here, which is contact, right? So I'm going to use contact. Is that contact? Is that what we have here? Give me a minute. Let me check. Contact us. Yes, that's what we have here. So contact us will be fine, right? I'm going to go on, and then I can edit this as well. Why our company is perfect? Why our company is okay, perfect. It's perfect for you. It's perfect for you. You can put something else in here, right? Right? But I'm just basically just doing what I want to do here just for now, right? Talk to an expert. You see that there. You can basically remove that as well. I'd still use the contact us here. Then we'll remove this. Okay. Then we'll remove this. Contact us, right? So uh contact us here. So I'm going to use that URL slash contact us, okay? So that's what we'll be using it. You may have to watch this video over and over and over again to get it, and that's totally fine, right? I can decide to use this one here, or I can decide to remove it if I want to. So let's say I remove this, right? This X is what I'm using, this section. I'm going to delete it, right? If I want to undo it, I can just click, here, and Control Z, yeah. Click on Control Z, put your picture there, put your click on Control Z, and you've done it, right? So, but if you want to delete it, right, just still delete it, right? Okay. So, if you still want to have space there, feel that okay, that doesn't look too nice. You want to have some space there, you can always do that. Okay. I can always click here, add an element, and then put space, right, in the search bar, and that's space there. And I can come here and then add it there, right? So the space should be added in here. Okay, but it's not added. I think I didn't add it. So let's go here. Space, right? Empty space.
I'm moving it. Okay, so it's moving. It's moving there, right? So you can always move it where you want. So it's moving to that place. I don't want that place. It's moving here. I don't want it. It's moving here. So let's move it very well. So you can move to where I want it. So I can put it in here, right? I can put it in here. And okay, so it's in here. I can put it in there. But if I don't also want to remove it, I can simply remove it as well. Okay. So yeah, I just basically showed you that you could add space and all that. So you can also have this one in here. Okay. If you want, you can also change how it appears and all that. Okay. You can make it longer, right? Make it longer if you want to. You can remove this section if you want to, that side. So it's removed, right? And then you can come here and align to the middle, or align to the end, or align here, right? So whatever you want to do, right, put it there. Okay, so this is the properties we uploaded here, the four properties we uploaded there. So I can click on here, and then it says full width default, right? So can leave it that way, right? Structure, or you can decide to do something else. I can click on add elements here, and then I can click on property, right? And then I can see this property cards 3. So let's play with this and see how it's going to look, right? So see, this looks different. Now, my images, right? Column 3, right? My images, this one is longer than the rest of this. You want to make sure you align your images properly, okay? Change the size of your images so I can align with the rest. Now, this column 2, I can, 3 columns, right? I can make it 2 columns. And when I make it 2 columns, right, what happens is that this one's aligned properly. Makes a lot of sense. They align properly. So that looks great. So I can remove this because you know, like how this looks. I can remove them. Click on it and then right click on that pencil and then click on delete. So that's it. And then I can come here, how to create config forms and all that. So you can see that this has a span, the primary of proof of homes, right? And this also has this written in here. So I can basically edit them or leave them. You see this prefab is black, right? Sorry. That's Ctrl Z, putting it back to where it was before. Okay, so you see this prefab is black and the rest are blue. And you can see this span class primary text prefab and then the span again. So this is basically saying that this text, right, is in a class and the class is called primary text. So the color of the primary text is this black here. So, and the other texts are not black, right? So the class of primary text is where it is. So that's some coding, but basically what you want to do is just undo that so that it won't give you so much of troubles. But if you want to retain that, you can also retain it because it came with the theme, right? But once you undo that, you can always, you know, remove this here, right? That's some coding skills, and this is basically using CMS. That's what we're basically doing here, right? So we can create a profile form. So basically, because this is the real estate website, so we just say we guess you your preferred home, right? We guess you your preferred home. That's what we do here. Guess your preferred home. So let me leave that lorem ipsum text and all that. So yeah, you can always leave this also here. If you want, if you don't want it, you can delete it. If you don't want that, I can click on this, then right click on it and delete it, right? That's how I deleted those. Click on this, right click on it and delete it. Just playing around with this thing so you can see what's possible, right? So that's basically what the idea of all this is. Okay, so let's move on. Right, you see this here, this is an image that's been added here. So before we go to that, let's just go here and do a few things here. So find more, right? You see find more here. You
can see the button here. So you can always see, you can see what you can edit here. So you can click here and then put here, and then you can put about here, right? About. So basically, you go to another page called about, okay? Energy efficiency. You can also come here to and do the about. Then you can put eye comfort, okay? Come here and do the about, okay? Eye comfort, I've not clicked on it, sorry. So here, find more, okay? I click on it, change the page, and then I come here, click on about. So yes, that's does it. I can also edit, whatever is written. I can change the images as well. So if I put here eye comfort, and then I click on it, eye comfort, I can change this to whatever I want. I can put comfort. I can click here, about, right? I can come here, efficiency. I can put here the same link if I want to, and I can put 24/7 power, right? And then I can come here and then click on design, and then click about as well. And then I can come here and put quality, right? So basically, this can inspire you. You can decide to do things, and I can click on this thing as well to change the image. I can click on choose and then find another image for this place, right? I can find another image for this place. So it's going to take a while to load. My internet is messy, pardon me. So, but you know what we're basically doing here, right? So let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay, it's loaded. So I can come here and then find an image. So let's say this is the image. I can select it and put it here, right? So yeah, that's it. Now let's move on to this, right? I click on this, right? You can see I can style it, okay? However I want. I can change this image just like I did with that. And I can change whatever is written here as well. You can see here, you can change it. I can change this as well. And I can also change this link, and I can change let's say the link to this, right? And I can change the color of the link, the button, put the style. I come to style, right? I want to change the color of the button so you can see the color here, right? So I can come here and change this to something different, right? That's that. I can also come here and change it to FFF. That's wise. I can come here and change it to FF00, right? So maybe yellow, something like that. So let's just say, it doesn't look good, but let's go on, right? So testimonials and partners. So I can come here and change this to testimonials, right? So that's it. Now you see testimonials in 3 groups. I'm going to show us how to do testimonials later. Let's just finish with this, right? I click on this, and then I can basically do this, right? You see the primary text again, span, right? Would you like to speak with an expert? Okay. So basically, I can do that. And then there's this bit of code that we could also do. Let's see if this works, right? Can't remember all those code back then. Let's see if it works. Okay. So you can basically just remove that, right? You can basically just remove that, or just do the SST and CSS code and put in some style in there, right? But this basically code as basically coding. Now you can also come here and then request, a consultation. So requesting a consultation here, you can basically just do your URL, right? Do your URL easily here. So do your URL easily here, put here, and /d, right? So that's it. So that's it. So then let's come back here. We'll come back here in a bit, but let's look at this as well, right? Now you can see this as well. Okay, you can see this structure it has, and then you can see that this is also small sponsors and others. So we look at this as we look at what's it called, as we look at the testimonials as well. So let's go look at this and the testimonial. So we'll see how to edit it. But before we go, let's publish this page. We'll be doing some editing on here as since we've not published it. So let's publish it. And that's the home page saved, right? You see this code, this thing has changed now. So that's the home page saved. So let's go to let's go here, right? So we can look at the testimonials and edit it. So we're going for the testimonials, yeah. So we're going to real estate. Let's refresh it. Click on it, yeah. So we're going to look for the testimonials. So just trying to refresh that page. So testimonials are here on that pages. So go to testimonials. So we can edit the testimonials and see how it can come up the way we want it. Okay, so these are 3 people. So group edit first. Let me call this Nigerian names, right? Let me call this Kenny, right? Update it first. That's what I'm doing first, right? I can basically come here and click on this one and call it Onyemere, something like the Nigerian name, right? Oh, come here, right? And then update it. And then I can basically, let me just show you how this works. Let me just show you how the Google works. So I click on edit Sam Peterson, and then I'm going to edit the entire thing, but apart from the picture, so I will save a bit of time here. So I can say, I love the way these guys work. They just deliver quality to you rather fast, right? So, and then I call this Sam Amadi or something, right? And then manager, I can put the company name. I can call Amadi and Sons, right? Let's put it like that. So that's basically what it is. So once you're done with that, I can click on update, right? I click on update. Okay, and that's it. So let's go back to this home page and see everything here. So I didn't change this to Sam Amadi. I left it as Peterson, right? So Sam Amadi here, right? So I click on updates, and then that's it for the testimonial. So could have changed the other two, but let's just save our time so you understand exactly what we're doing there. Okay, so let's look at one more thing to change for the home page. Okay, so basically, this is one more thing to change for the home page. We've changed the testimonials now, right? Now the testimonials is basically here, but we've changed them from where they really are. So this is just bringing them on here, but they were really on the other testimonials page, right? So we just brought them in here. Okay. Now here we are basically just showing test companies we work with. So you see that here. So if you want to edit that, just come here and then upload a new image. Basically, choose image and then choose image and then upload from files. Then you go and upload from your computer. That's it. So we don't have any such one here, but you understand the idea. That's how you do it. The same thing for this as well, right? The same thing for this as well. So the same things for this as well, right? These are basically our clients. The same things for this as well. So you have to create their logo in the format that you can basically upload it. So that's exactly what it is. And so yes, that's for the home page. Next, we'll move to the other pages, the about page, the parties page, the news page, and the contact page, right? So there's nothing to publish here because we didn't quite change anything here, okay? But there's nothing to publish here. But one more thing, let me just show you how to edit images so that you can have an idea of how these things are done. So I can go to pictures and then I can pick an image. Let me just pick an image, okay? I'm going to go and pick an image right now. So let's say this is the image I want to pick. I right click on it and then I click on open with. I go to paint and then I come here, resize, and then go to pixels. I can basically just change. I can click here, maintain aspect ratio and click it. And then I can basically just change this one to 150 and change this one to 100 and then click on OK. And that's it. The image is resized, right? Now, if that's not exactly very obvious, I can come on this one, open it with paint, right? And then I click on resize, I click on pixels, and then I click on maintain aspect ratio, I check it so that it should be, what if I didn't click on maintain aspect ratio and I click here, right? I put 3. You see, this one also changes alongside. right? But if I don't want that to happen, I can uncheck it, and then I click on this and I put it at say 100 and something, and then I come here and change this on to 200 and something. I can increase, I can reduce them, but when you reduce them, the quality of the image becomes better, right? If you increase the size from the original size, the quality of the image distorts. So I reduce the size, the quality of the image will not distort. So, and I click on OK, you can see it, right? So the change is very evident here. So I click on save, and that's it. So once you open it, that's the image you have. If you want to maintain the image and still want to change the size, so you can click on this one, and then you copy. Okay, after you copied it, then you paste it here. So this one named 7 is still there. 7 is still there. But the one I want to recharge is 7 copy. The one I want to resize is 7 copy. So I click on it, open with paint, and then paint, and then I come here to resize, and then I come here, and then I can change the image size to maybe 663, or I can do like this 600 to this one 800, right? So I can click on OK, right? You see that the image quality is not as better as it was before, better than it was before, but size has changed. Click on file and save. So that means it's only this one that has been changed. This one is still retaining its original dimension, right? Can you see the original dimension? Can you see the original dimension of this one, right? So basically that's how to if you edit image, so you can face the purpose you want to use it for. As you go on, you will be understanding more and more things, but the basics is what makes for success. All right. So next we'll go on edit about properties, news, and contacts. All right. Yes, that's what we'll do next. Okay, so like I said, we're going to edit the other pages. Now, this is getting a little longer than you probably envisaged, right? So we're going to make it pretty fast here. I hope that's okay. All right, so yes. Now, how do I intend to make it pretty fast? Now, this is the About Us page, right? This is the About Us page. This is the Properties page, yeah? This is the Properties page. This is the News page, right? This Contact Us page, yeah? And I think this is the News page. I want to make them, order and fun. Okay, so this is the news page, right? Now, so let's go. So this is the news, this is the About Us page. We're right here on the About Us page. I can see everything on the About Us page here, right? So you can see everything here. So we're going to edit it. I'll make it real fast, okay? Yeah, so I'm going to click on Edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor now on the About Us. And then we are right here on the Corporate Properties page. Now, we can't edit with Elementor here, right? I'll show you why in a bit. But it says, okay, well, this is Elementor for a bit. Wait, let's edit Elementor for a bit. Let's edit with Elementor for a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Let's edit with Elementor for a bit. Then we will know now the new needful thing we need to do. Okay. Then let's go to news. Okay, so news, we won't edit this with Elementor here. We will do something else. But for contact us page, right? The contact us page, we'll edit this Elementor here as well. So let's get it kicking. So we'll go back to the About page. And I said I'm going to make it real fast. I hope I live up to my promise and make it fast. Yeah. So yeah. So let's edit here. It's going to load up. And while it's loading, let me see if I can touch on that news part, right? I'm going to touch on the news part while the page is loading for About Us. I'm going to touch on the news part pretty fast. Don't worry, I'll be fast. You're running out of patience. Cool down, I'll be fast. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the news. Okay, now news is basically posts. Basically, that's what it is. I'm basically just putting up some blog posts and I'm calling them news. Okay, so how do I do that? I go over on posts, I hover on it, and then I go to all posts. So you can see the post there, right? And then you can basically just see what's there. So these are the posts I'll be showing on the news page. That's it, right? So if I want to edit it, let's say, let me just edit this one, okay? Let me just edit this one, right? I can basically just change it to this, maybe the URL to remove this, right? And click OK, right? And then the things that are here, I can basically just maybe remove this one, right? You are going to write stories here. And then once I update, that's it, right? So let me just show you, that's it, that's how to do it, right? Okay? Let me just show you how to upload a new post. I can go to add new post, right? Or click on add new post at the top here, any of the two. So I click on add new post. This is a new post. I'm going to just say new post, right? Just say new post. And then I'm going to put in here this. You can always write your stories. Please understand, you can always write your stories. By real estate property from this new post. So whatever you want to write here as an article, just write it, right? So let's just assume this is what I want to write, right? This is what I want to write. So let's assume this is what I want to write. So basically, I've done that. I can put in the new real estate category. I can add a new category just like putting on operating properties. And I can basically come here and set featured image. So I can click on set featured image. I can click on upload files. And then I can go to select files. And then I can come into my computer and then maybe pick something, right? Just look for something to pick. Let me look for something that looks like an image of a house or something. Okay, so let's just say this, I pick this, right? And then upload it. And that's the image for the article that I'm uploading. That's it, basically, right? So that's what will appear on the news page. Here, I click on publish, okay? So if I go back to the news page, yeah, I refresh. That's just click on enter over it. And then you will see that this is the newest post, right? This is the newest post, right? So you see, so if the story was longer, you probably have it, and all that. So you can click on read more and you have it when you click on read more to see them. Okay. So if I don't want the other posts that were there before to still be there, what do? I come back here, go to all posts, and then click here. I can click the post that I want to delete, right? So let's say I want to delete these ones. I'm not, maybe I don't want to delete everything. I just want to delete these ones I'm clicking on. Okay, so I'll click on this, and then I'm just going to click here, and then click on move to trash, and then click on apply. And that does it. I've deleted this post and I've retained how many? 5. So just for this 5, right? So basically, that's what you will find on the news page. So if I click on, if I come here and I refresh, and you would find that that's what you have on the news post, right? That's what you have on it. Just 5 properties. That's it, right? So basically, that's it. And then let's go on. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, now this is the properties page. Yeah, this is the properties page. It's got services, and I want to edit it. This properties page, I want to edit it now. Okay, but let's go first to about. Let's start with about us. Okay, about, this is the about page. Let me edit that. Okay, so about us. Okay, I can come here and change it to about. Okay, and then here I can come here, and then you can see that it's showing me home, land, and then the next thing it's showing me is going to take me to this property from home. Okay, but that's not where I'm going. So I can come here and edit this for, yes, whatever I want to do, I can come here. I can come here to and edit this to edit this right up. It's pretty simple to me. I can come here and then change this to I can come here and change this to 300, right? Or 3,000, whatever it is. I can change this as well, just like I changed that. I can change this to 50, right? And do all of that. I can remove it if I want to. Basically, I can remove this here. Just click this. I can remove this here, right click, and then click on delete. Okay. So I want to, right? Our values. You can see the values here. I can basically come to quality and all that. And then you see this one say, click on it. The icon is here. I can retain it, or I can change the icon, change image. And then I can look for an icon that looks exactly like this and use it to replace it. So if I keep scrolling, I can see something that looks like it. Okay. So maybe something like this. Okay. I use it to replace. So I can do the same for the others as well. Now, having replaced the icon, right? There are also a few things to do. I can come here, instead of quality, I can come and write house. Okay. Then I can come here and then I change this to buy a house from us. But it's, then I can come here, right? So maybe just to add more to that, I can come here and then Control A. I come here, Control V, Control V, right? So basically, I can just do that whatever I feel like doing or adding, right? So basically, but the idea is make it aesthetically pleasing. I say I can basically do the rest like that on the About Us page. And then I can come to our team, can see our team there, I can delete this if I want. If I don't want to delete it, I can just choose one of them and edit it. So you see this one I've chosen. I can come here, change our name to maybe Shola, right? The image, I can choose image and then edit it just like I showed you earlier. I can come here and say CMO, right? And the see the things open here. So basically this here. So I can just edit that, change the entire text if you want to. She has a link, I can put it there, right? Right. So let's go on. You see here? So we basically have a few things figured out here, right? So that's that. I can basically put a URL, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter URL if I want to. If I don't want to, I can leave it there. I can come here, change the name to Shola again, and then I can change the number here to um to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Maybe that's a phone number, right? And then this name, I can change it and make it, you know, small caps, Shola, Awe, something like that. Yeah. So that makes sense. I can basically just come here and change it the way it was before, right? I can change it the way before it was before, and that's it. So basically, that's how it works. So yes, this is what they will do. And the blog post, as you can see, the blog post. This is the blog post here, right? This is the blog post here. So I come here and this is the entry from our blog. So I can change this to um read from our news, right? I can change that to that. And then these are some of the posts I have there. So I can basically just leave it that way. I can come here. Would you like to speak to an expert? Remove this. They send the request a consultation button, and then everything is done. I click on publish. So that's it about the editing the about page, right? So if I want to edit the services page, which is properties now, I can come here, change services to properties, right? Now I can edit a few things here, right? I can edit a few things here and change a few things here, but I want to actually make this place a properties page so that all my properties that I upload are actually displayed here. So that's what I want to do. So what do? I can come back to this place. Now, please understand that what I am doing here doesn't necessarily mean it will apply like this to other things. But I can assure you that the moment you can get a hang of one real estate team or one WordPress team, whatever it is, whether it is real estate or not, as long as you can get a hang of one WordPress team, you will definitely get a hang of the rest. Okay, that's super, super certain. Okay, so I come to all pages. Remember that we changed the name of that services to properties, right? So come to properties here. Where's the properties again? Now, this is it. You come here, okay? And I'm going to click on edit, not edit to Elementor this time, edit. Remember, I will go to this page, all pages, right? So that's how we go to this page. We're clicking on all pages. So what do you do here? You can basically come here and click on this house, under pages attributes. You can click on houses pages by builder. And then let's see if I can find something that it has to do with properties, right? Okay, properties listing, yeah. So we see a lot here, templates listing, grid, properties, version 1, V1, V1 full width 2 columns. So we can use that as well. We can also use any other that is here. But let's look at that and see what it will give us. So this here, and then I click on updates. So I change the templates to this and I click on updates. So let's see what it will give us. So we come to this page, right? This on page here now, and then I'm going to click on properties, more like refreshing it. Okay. So let's see what it will give us. Okay. So you have properties here, changed, and it's still loading. Okay, so I think it's not loaded up yet. Okay, so it's loaded up. It's loaded up, yeah. It's loaded up. So it should give us this. Should give us this. So let's okay. Now, if it's not giving us, it's not a problem. We can always edit the page to give us that directly on the page. Okay. So yeah, so let's load it up again. If it doesn't give us that, we'll just edit it to give us that on the page. It's pretty simple. Okay, so it's not giving us that. That's totally fine. So what we will do is very simple. So we'll come to where's the properties page again? Is this the properties? Okay, great. Come to the properties page. So this is it. Then you come here and then I start deleting these ones. Yeah, I start deleting these ones. Okay, I start deleting these ones. Okay, and then okay, let me undo this. Control Z. Okay, so Control Z, undo that, right? And then I can come here to add the property. So I click on plus, right? And then I click on uh properties. So cards 2. So I click on that. So it's going to give me the properties, it's going to load them up. So here I'm going to basically you see grid view 3. So I can click on these 2. So it's going to basically load the properties up for me. And then it's showing me 2 by 2. So 2 by 2 is fine. You know, I showed you earlier how you can change the image size. So you can basically do that for an image that doesn't look like what you want. So I can change this to properties, right? I'll change this to our properties. Yeah. And then I can come here, right click on this, and then delete this part. Okay. So basically, you have this. So it's going to be showing all the properties you upload here on this page. So if you also want to change it format, you can change it to 3 column. You can change it to list view. If you change it to list view, it's just going to be listing all the properties here like this, right? So whichever one you want is fine. So I can basically remove, click on this, and then click on this, right? And then I can change this entire one to show to us. Okay. Now that does it for me. So I'm going to click on publish, and that publishes it. So lastly, let's look at the contact page, right? Contacts page. Okay. This is the contact. Remember, we've clicked on edit with Elementor already. So that's why it has opened this page for us already. We clicked on edit with Elementor. So you can come here and then you put in whatever you want to say, fill this form and we will get back to you shortly. Right? So that explains it. So once you've done that, you're good to go. And then you can basically change a few things here. Maybe this here, you can just remove this, retain the number, if, you know, or change the number as you well this. Okay. And then the email address, you can always change the email address as you work with, right? So let's say it's this website's email address, right? So we're going to come here and then we put in info at, you know, yeah, that's it. And then the address, you can put basically Lagos, Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and then you can find the address. Okay, so let's say we're looking for address of Lagos, Nigeria. So I can put it in the directions URL. Right now, let's go for the address. Okay, now before I go for the address, let me just quickly explain this page. This page is called unsplash.com. You can find images here, free images here, like high quality images. You can find them on unsplash.com. I can use them on your site. You can also find free images here on pexels.com, royalty free images. I use them for your site. So you also search the search box. And for this, you just search the search box, right? This is the search box as well. And then on pexels.com, on pixabay.com, there's on splash.com, there's pexels.com, there's pixabay.com. You can also find images here as well. So let me go and look for Lagos, Nigeria address on the map. Okay, so we're going to look for that on the map. It's pretty simple. So you come to the map and you find it, and then you put the URL. So once you find it on the map, what you would basically do is put the URL there. Okay, I don't know why this Chrome is acting up. So you're supposed to find it on the map. So once the thing pops up, you're supposed to click on map and find it on the map. I think I need to upload this Chrome, but basically what I'm doing here is pretty simple. So you find it on the map. You find it on the map, you click on maps, you find it on the map, then you copy the address and you paste it inside you know, this place. What's this place again? Contact us. Just place it inside here. So the URL, just place it inside here. So how do you place the URL? Just come here, click on edit, and then place the URL. So it will be the URL of the map. So you just basically put it in there. So let's see if it will open up. I don't know. I think Chrome is acting up. Yeah, it's not opening up. Don't know what. But yeah, that's basically how it works. So that's how you open up the map. So once you open up the map, you just put it in there, and yeah, you're good to go. So that's how you find it. So contact us. That's how you find it. So let's go on. So let's just say I put HTTPS colon, and then you put google.com. So you put google.com. So that's it. So once you've done that, what do? You just click on publish, right? So that's it. It's published already and it's perfectly fine. So with the next thing you want to do is just look up your site and see if everything is fine, and then it's good to go. Okay. Now, obviously, I've just done this as a tutorial. You'd have to go deeper and longer and to sort a host of things out. Okay. But let me just show you a few things that probably haven't covered before till now, right? So just maybe 1, 2, 3 things. So you see this user here, you can go to all users. Okay. Let me go to all users on that tab so we kind of save time. So I said this will be short and it's not short here. So and then I go to settings too, right? So let's go to settings, general and reading. We're going to open both of them up and we're going to look at a few things there, and we'll call it a wrap. Okay. So right now, this one here is basically you can just change the email address, right? If you want your email address to be different, the email address that when people click on the contact form and they fill stuff in, it will submit to an email address. The stuff they submit has to go to an email address. So that email address has to be the one in here. So change the email address. Then also under users as well, you can also do the same thing, right? You can come here, right, and edit and change the email address. Using my picture, the reason this picture is here because this is the email address I said, that's why. So you can just click on edit, and once it open up, you change the email address in here as well. And you can also change the password, set new password, and then you change the password. And once you're done, you click on update profile. That's how you do that. Okay. And then for this also, once you are done changing the email address, you click on update profile. That's how you do that. So if you go to reading, right, you go to reading. Now, sometimes you would work on this and you have 1 or 2 images. You see home page, that's where the static page is, and news page. News is where the post page is. That's where the post page is. So you need to set that as well in case it hasn't been set. And then the permalinks, okay? That's how your links would work. That's basically how your links will work. So you can see here, right, how your links would work, okay? You see how my link is working? I have to put it here, post name, so that it can work properly. So it will be the way it ought to be. I can click on save changes, and that saves everything, right? That saves everything on that. Now, I can also go to appearance and then go to widgets, okay? And then on widgets, I can basically add, some things are on the sidebar, right? Some things are on the sidebar, so you can basically just edit them. For instance, this is a default sidebar, like you saw on the post, right? You can always edit them, right? 5 posts, you can always change them to 2, right? And then save, and then you saw on that post earlier on, you saw categories and you saw a few things on the categories. You can always delete these categories parts if you don't want it. And then you see the archives, the contact us, you see these things showing. You can always change the address, right, to your company address. You can always change it to your client's company address. You can always change the email address as you want, right? You can always change the email address as you want. You can remove the fax if you don't have that. You mostly don't have that in this part of the world. You can always change the phone number as you want. Okay. So basically, that's how this works. On property listings, they have a sidebar, you put it. So you see the sidebars as they work. On a single property, are there sidebars? If there are, and if they're not, you want to change it, you can change it, right? So basically, that's how that part works. So yes, that's it. Now, you have come to the end of this tutorial. Now, I know you may have questions after you've done this practically. So if you have questions, do well to just send me, just put the questions in the comments. Any questions you have, put them in the comments and we will be sure to answer all of them. Any questions you have whatsoever, put them in the comments and we'll be sure to answer all of them. And one more thing, please. This video, if it has helped, if it has blessed you, please do well to like, do well to comment, and do well to share. Do well to share, do well to comment, do well to like, do well to tell us what you feel about it. Because if you ask questions, then we will be able to, help you. Okay, so comment, ask your questions. If you don't have any questions, comment and compliment us because we've done well. Actually, we have. All right. So thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much.